Well, welcome everybody to the UK Skype. I am here with Peter, and for a wonder, Gwen is joining us too. And
That's nice.
hopefully Pierce is amongst us as well. And so I bid you all greetings, and I shall begin by passing the mic over to Peter.
Hello again, everybody. Right, three rather typically short dreams of mine to recount on this occasion, for your kind attention. First one seemed to be in space, orbiting Earth, sitting on the outside, not in a spacesuit or any kind of thing, just in ordinary clothes, but sitting outside on the rim of what seemed to be a circular, sort of saucer-like spaceship. Although I believe it was an Earth ship, it wasn't an alien thing, and at least that's the impression I got in the dream. And I was sitting on it facing the edge, and I was aware of other people sort of either side of me, although I didn't actually see them or talk to them or anything. And the edge of the saucer, the sort of rim of it in front of me, about a foot or two in front of me, seemed to have lots of cracks all the way along it. All very evenly distributed, about an inch apart and about 2 inches long, almost as if they were meant to be there, but they were cracks because every so often a chunk between two cracks started to move out, and I grabbed it and pulled it back in again, and then one did come out and floated off into space because I couldn't get it in time. I think that's about it, actually. I'm not really sure what to make of that. Perhaps Dwayne could enlighten us, please.
Well, perhaps I can. So you're on this, you're sitting on the edge of this, like a spacecraft or something, Peter?
Yeah, it seemed to be like a saucer shape, all the bit I could see of it. I can only see the bit in front of me, really, but it was curved round, sort of curving off in both directions, so I assumed it was saucer shaped. Although I believe I said it was an Earth vessel rather than an alien one.
Mm-hmm. Well, whatever. So you're out there in outer space, and did you see anything else, or were you just looking at the cracks on the saucer?
No, that was, I think, the centre of my attention, because it was slightly alarming, as if the thing was sort of had seen better days, really.
Well, the idea is that, yeah, you're having the experience, and there's a lot of adventure coming up that very few people know about yet, but it will slowly expose itself. But the old ideas of what we've come through with all this are breaking up, okay? And so, you know, you're putting the pieces, trying to put the pieces back together. You might say you're trying to hold on to what you've considered and known, but no, it's breaking up and it's expanding. So in other words, the old ideas of the saucers and the aliens, they're breaking up. And so something new is coming in. Okay, there's going to be a new big adventure here with all the real guides, etc., that I've decided already. So again, there's a basic idea. So you're seeing it. It's like a little hint as to what's going on, but you're being prepared, okay? And your son there, you know, he's a UFO too, so he would understand some of these things. You two are far out there, right?
Right, okay.
That's an American joke, Peter.
Oh, sorry.
Wasted on us.
Yes, sorry, we're on another planet over here, yeah, or another time frame, I think, sometimes. Right, the second dream concerned me driving in my car. See, I had the impression I was in Wales. I don't know why, but in the town, in the country of Wales, that is, not the animals. And driving like a maniac along this very hilly road, this big backdrop of mountains, beautiful scenery, I could see of it. And there were several other cars sort of around me and behind me. They weren't actually chasing me. I got the impression we were all together in some sort of a group. But we were following a man on a bicycle, not a motor bicycle, a push bike, as we call them over here, one pedal. And however fast we went, he was able to keep at the same speed in front of us, so we never caught up with him. No, that was really it. But talking to Kevin about it afterwards, he had the impression that the man on the push bike was you, Dwayne.
You always got to give me a minute here because I got to click this mute off and on. So, yeah, it was. That's what I do. I ride a bike all the time. And so I don't have a vehicle yet for a lot of years because I didn't need it. So I just ride a bike. And yes, I can keep up with you. Doesn't matter how fast you go, I can keep up. Yeah. So that was it. It's all the new friends. There you go. See, everybody has their vehicle. So did you see the different cars or what people had, or did you notice that?
No, the only one I noticed was my own one, which seemed to be the one I got at the moment again, my old Volvo. But I don't know what I was seemed at the front. There's other one sort of to the side of me, but I didn't look at them because I was too busy keeping on the road really and following the cycle.
That's
So I
good.
didn't have a chance to sort of look at the other one.
That's good. You have your attention focused. And the now I've never been to Europe, but I've heard of Wales. Okay, and I haven't really researched it or anything. But it's interesting. They use the town of Wales in the experience. So the whale is the biggest creature in the sea. And that's very interesting that it is. So, and also we're going to have a whale of a time. So, but then you take the personal side of Wales, the town or whatever, and you'll get other little hints too, according to that. So, something along those lines. But yeah, we're heading in that direction because again, it's always an adventure. Go ahead.
Right, okay. Just one more. Once again, driving my same old car. This time I was just turning off a road in a town at night into what appeared to be a country lane, which was all the lights. There were no lights, obviously. But that's what I thought. Anyway, I turned into this country lane, and suddenly there was a huge dazzling light off to my right. Huge thing. I don't know what it was, a building or whatever it was, but it blazed away. So it dazzled me. I couldn't see where I was going. And I thought, well, I know this road. It's dead straight, this bit. So I keep going. I'll get away from the light and I'll be able to see again. So I was driving blindly into this lane, rather stupidly, you'd think. But kept going. And then suddenly I was aware of lights in front of me. And suddenly I was inside yet another hospital. I don't want to keep dreaming about hospitals. It's a bit alarming in some ways. And I was in this hospital driving the car along a wide corridor with people all round who didn't seem to find it unusual to be somebody driving a Volvo into the middle of a hospital. They just got out of the way and carried on with their business. And that was it, really.
Well, first of all, it's off to your right, so that's future, and so all of a sudden, then you're there. Future takes a moment, then you're there, and you're on the right road. Also, it sounds like it's visiting hours at the hospital, so that's what you're doing. And again, as these things come up, so you're also in the position to, assist others. And so the real you knows why you're there, you see. So again, a hospital represents people that need help, doesn't it? So again, and they're not surprised simply because, you see, the hospital idea here, yeah, it would be funny if you were driving down the corridor in a car, but that was your vehicle. And you were driving a Volvo? Is that you were driving your car?
Yeah, Volvo, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Volvo station wagon.
Sometimes, if for the fun of it, I look at what things mean, like the word Volvo or whatever. That's why you're driving that vehicle. But I see it as is that, these people need assistance, and you're there. You're the relationship that's willing to step up and communicate or relate to them. You see? Something along those lines. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I gather Volvo actually means I roll in Latin, and goes back to the fact that the Volvo company first made ball bearings before it went into cars. That's a bit of history for you there. I don't know Latin, but I'm told that's what it means. I roll. So
there you go. You roll. So you're rolling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kevin knows those things, so he's cool. He's an outer space kid. So you guys are rolling. That's great. Yeah. There's the idea. So again, the hospital, because people here, they don't see themselves for the most part because how embedded they are with the personal self that they've created, that they need assistance. And so what you're seeing on the real side is you're seeing their stature. Doesn't mean they're in the hospital here, but it just depends upon the experience. Okay? But people need help. It's like there's hospitals everywhere. People need a lot of help, and they don't see it. They can be living their daily lives, but really they're incapacitated, restricted, etc. So yeah, and plus the whole whole planet is poisoned. So everybody's not in good shape. So you're here to assist. You're willing to step up. That's the real you.
Right, okay, yeah, so thanks for that. That's me finished again for this week. I think Gwen's bursting have a go now. I'll pass you over to her.
Pass over to bursting Gwen. 40 bursts.
I wouldn't actually say I was bursting, but anyway. Hello, everybody. I haven't been around for a few weeks because sort of family things, but I've had a good dream, and I've shortened it a bit. Otherwise, it'll end up like one of Kevin's full feature film thingies. So anyway, I used to work a couple of years ago. I used to work for a company that rented out canal boats, and I was cleaner there, and I liked the job, but I had to give it up because of my health things and this and that. So anyway, last night I had a dream, which amazingly I remembered and wrote down. And in the dream, I'm at the boatyard, but it's completely different to what I remember, although in the dream it's okay. So anyway, so I'm cleaning these boats, and I get to one boat, and it is a very familiar boat to me, but it has changed completely. Extra bits have been added and the rest of it, and I'm trying to find where all the beds are, and then I'm trying to find out where they keep the spare linen, and I couldn't find it anywhere. It was completely chaos, even though I knew the job so well. But I won't go into lots of details because it involves pillows and things. Anyway, so it was in the dream, it was where I worked, but it wasn't actually where I worked, if you see what I mean. It was completely different. I've had a lot of jobs, dreams about when I used to work at Tesco, where Kevin works now, and again, everything is different in the dream. But anyway, that is the summary of the dream. But Kevin and I were having a chat about it. We all chat with Kevin, and it's pretty obvious, I think, is that I need to let the job go. I'm not working there, but they kept it open just in case I could come back. But I've obviously got an attachment to it because it was the best job I had. So it's sort of something like that. If Dwayne could sort of say something, please.
Well, again, excuse me. Yes, Gwen, you know best, and you see it best because, again, when this experience comes up, there will be feelings or ideas along with it. I know that in the past, I've had many experiences, even one when I was first with Paul in the early 70s. I had a girlfriend when I was young, like about 18, where I lived in another city in Orange County, and about half the night was dealing with the emotional attachments to her. And then I woke up in the morning, and it was like, it's almost like when you're ill, you go through this sweat, and all of a sudden you just sweat it out. And so these things we do unconsciously hold them, and you know best, and they're not seen. They're like, dust under your cabinets or something. You don't see it until you bend down there and take a look at it. So these are the things that unconsciously restrict us, and this is where little by little you start to recognize, and you also gain motivation to live the moment and realize and recognize that you don't have to carry anything because everything is in the now. But again, the personal self is like a vacuum cleaner, the mind, the emotions, and whatever, just sucking up everything and just categorizing events and whatever. Well, actually, it's a library like you have in your house with books. They're there. You have access to them. You have this awareness of them, you see. And so again, but in the meantime, as you're going through this, you're beginning, okay, it takes years and years and years, and it takes a lot to go through this. This is a huge course, you might say, because now you're dealing with the whole of life. And you yourself you realistically decide if you're going to let these things go. So here you see that it is demonstrating you this attachment, and so now that you start to recognize it because that was the best job you had or you liked it, well, now you see how subtle it is, and you decide if you want to just, you know, put that memory of those things and all the ideas and emotions and sensations kind of on the shelf. It's always there. You don't have to dissipate it or anything, but you decide what you're going to do with it, or you want to carry it. And this is what we've done for lifetimes. We carry these ideas with us. And just like before a person, you know, leaves each lifetime, because of the mind, it tries to hold on the personal self that's created, because it's an actual person that you've created and you got to deal with it. Well, it sucks up all these memories and emotions and tries to hang on to them because it has nothing else. It doesn't have a real life like your real awareness does, but your real awareness needs the experience. So you see this, good for you, you recognize this, you took the time to try and figure out, even that little aspect of it is very important, because you decide, is that what you want to hang on to plus other things that are hidden, or do you want to see the bigger picture and let those things kind of go to have a greater awareness, you see? And that was an experience you had, all right, with the personal self that's different than your real awareness. Again, you're the decider, you decide. So something like that.
Right, okay, thank you. I'll pass you back to Kevin now. He's got his...
I thought you had another dream.
No, I didn't.
You didn't? Oh.
No, I didn't. It was a dream that... Oh, you know, we don't know. It was a dream that was a bit nothingy, so I didn't think it was worth it.
Well, you wrote it down, so you
Yeah,
may
no,
as well
but it's
recount it.
Will you take this microphone?
Okay.
Boardroom drama here.